I don't know if you can relate to this, but let me tell you, I've always been somewhat ambitious. I got my first job delivering newspaper in Germany at 13, and I also bought Rich Dad Poor Dad at like 14, 15 years old maybe. But even then, for many years, I didn't really change my life as much as one could expect I did. And I definitely didn't improve it as much as I wanted it to improve. I had huge dreams, I wanted to be rich, I wanted to have my own business, have a hot girlfriend, travel the world, whatever. But I found myself too often lazy and unmotivated to actually do the necessary work. And truth be told, there are several reasons for that. And this video is not about a dopamine detox, but there's one thing that I believe has the biggest impact on actually making a change in your life. In this video, I will explain to you why and how you can put it into practice for your life as well. So what am I even talking about? What I'm talking about is urgency. You need urgency. I mean, you've experienced it yourself too, and it's probably nothing new or innovative, but let's be honest, urgency probably has the biggest power to actually provoke a life change. And you know it too. Even if we just look at the small things. When do you do your homework? When it's optional and you may choose? When it's due in 3 weeks? Or when it's due tomorrow and you will get a grade? Of course, the last option will make you take action. And it's the same thing for making money, for example. When will you make money? When you saved up a lot of cash and you probably don't even have to work another day for months, maybe even years, and you still can live a good lifestyle? When you only saved up a little bit and you have a bad paying job? Or when you're broke as hell and you don't even have a job right now? Again, of course, the last option will make you take action. Why? Because there is urgency. You see, it's not that complicated. Like I said, it's nothing innovative or anything new, but it is truly powerful. And if we're honest, it's probably much more powerful than visualizing, writing down your goals, or whatever bullshit the self-help industry will tell you to do. When you have urgency, you will take action. So how can we utilize it? Let's take a look at this from two perspectives, short term and long term. Let's start with long term. If I had to give you one idea, it is to set deadlines. For your goals, you need a time, you need a deadline. Good goals already have that, but it's important to bring it back to your mind. For example, your goal is to make your first dollar online. Until when? Until in 5 years, this year, or in the next 3 months. That is the first obvious step to urgency. The second step is to increase the stakes. You know, a deadline is cool, but what if you just don't make anything happen? Why would it matter? I actually think this is still super underrated. Of course, we all know that stakes are good or important to actually take action, but we rarely utilize its full potential. And to be honest, it might even be the biggest thing that's holding back me right now. One of my main goals is to build my own business, whether that's through YouTube or something else, I don't really care. But there is a problem, and that problem is that I'm safe. I'm somewhat secure. I'm definitely not rich or anything like that, but I got a job. It's paying decently. I also got another income stream, saved up a little bit of money, and I have pretty low costs. So if I don't make that money online, nothing's really gonna change for me. And I do see it as a problem because it prevents me to actually reach my goal. Like maybe this is true for you as well. Maybe you have too much money to make progress. There is a power of being broke. Or maybe you don't even have that much money, but you're too comfortable. You're too privileged. You have everything that you theoretically need. And it's hard for me to summarize this because I don't want you to spend all your money so that you're broke and now you have a strong reason to make money. But I don't know. Maybe. But no matter your situation, you need a deadline and you need to increase what's at stake. Ask yourself, what if you don't make it? And whatever technique comes to mind, increase the pain of not making it. So what about short-term stuff? I think this is pretty important too. Maybe even more important so. And there are multiple possible things you can do, but if I have to give you one idea, it would definitely be to create a habit list. Because then you hold yourself accountable. Every day there is this moment when you look at your checklist and you're like, oh man, I still have to do my 2 hours of deep work. fuck it, let's do it right now. In those situations, you put motivation aside and let habit or discipline take over, which is the best way to make progress anyways. But to be honest, you also do create some sort of motivation, because when you have a checklist, you can check those boxes. That's dopamine. And you also see that empty box and you're like, I want to check this box. And if you place your habit list on your desk or in your room, you see it every day, maybe even friends who come over see it, you don't want it to be empty. And that's also how you increase the stakes again. If you have your checklist online on your PC or on your phone, dude, let's be honest, it's trash. These online habit lists, you won't use them for more than a month, if you even get to a month. But if you get a piece of paper and you just write down the things you want to do, you create those checkboxes yourself and you put that thing on your desk or on your wall, you will actually use it and you can't hide it or ignore it. So that's how you increase the stakes. Nobody wants to be seen as someone who never takes action. And this, by the way, next to my bed I have my own checklist. I just restarted, so yeah, just getting started, but that's what you gotta do. Just place it next to your bed, or what I did previously, I just put it on my desk and then, you know, I have it here and I see it every single day. So why don't you start right now? After you gave this video a like, of course, create a habit checklist yourself. Get a piece of paper, write down the things you want to do daily and create those check boxes. And every single day you check those boxes. This will be much more impactful than writing down your goals for the third time or planning and visualizing your newest strategy. It's about taking action, and you know it.